Good morning. Good Saturday morning. Mike, headsetless Mike getting ready over there.
I knew something was missing.
Beat me here, but later to get ready.
Yeah, mark that down. I beat you here.
He did beat me here this morning.
Beat everybody here.
Yeah.
Well, almost everybody.
Well, Brett was in the building.
Yeah, but actually I pulled in.
Okay.
His car was here first.
His car was here first. And he lagged behind? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was actually listening to my song
Your song?
for today.
Well, I probably heard it then.
Yeah.
I don't even know what station I was on. And to be honest right now, I don't remember what songs I heard either on the way in. Now, I don't know why what I was deep in thought on, because I sure don't usually get too deep in thought this early in the morning, but don't know what it might have been. Good morning, Hooks. Good morning, Mike Painter. Butch Parker sends me a message, and it says nothing. I don't mean it says the word nothing. I don't know what that means, Butch. I don't know if that means and
He's got nothing for us.
he's not hearing anything would be my guess.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
but you
my
know what?
guess.
Tell me what you're trying to get it on. We've already got
Station internet is down for a couple minutes.
okay.
Oh,
Radio station.
Station internet, radio station internet down for a couple minutes. Now that's amazing that you know it's only a couple minutes. That means you're rebooting?
Yes.
Okay. So
I'd like to thank Windows Update for that.
yeah. Just the way it works sometimes. On WLON, he says. So does that mean also on the radio?
No.
Or is it okay?
No, radio's on.
Okay.
yeah, this
Well,
the old
Butch
way.
heard what I said, I guess. So Butch, there's nothing. Lanny said the computer's rebooting, should be up in just a couple minutes on the internet, but every other outlet, including the radio itself, are good to go.
The old-fashioned way.
Yep. Mike Painter says YouTube Live is up. So good morning, and thank you to these guys for giving us updates. You know,
Yeah.
Butch, always helpful last night, giving us updates on the maiden game, who trailed just about all night long before pulling out a win in the fourth quarter last night. A really good maiden bandies game. Scott Greenwood also. I'm guessing Scott's phone crashed on him last night. He was sending me updates, and all of a sudden, boom, gone, stopped, and Butch started texting me. So I was still getting the updates there. Mike Painter, Hooks, Jeff Mason keeping me up to date and informed on what was going on in baseball. Lenny giving me something to complain about, I should say, with
34
Are we
players.
what?
I said, are we live? Did you hear Kiki Hernandez's interview on the field after the game?
Oh,
you must not have heard it.
I didn't, but believe me, the interviews have gotten really.
Well, he made sure they were live before he said what he said, and then he it was
Toned
something.
it down?
No, it was something he shouldn't have said.
Oh, he jacked it up.
Yeah,
All I'm gonna guess is the word probably had an F in it.
it did.
Yeah, and you know, I was watching Jared Duran this year after a Red Sox win, a walk-off win, and they wear it on their T-shirts. The Red Sox undershirts, the T-shirts has that on there, and he's right there on live television saying it and showing it. One of the worst is Verdugo. I don't know if you ever heard him in a post-game interview. I don't know if he's still the same now. He's in New York with the Yankees, but with Boston, yeah, very vocal and lit up the beep beep beep. You know, back when they used to use beeps. Now it's just like, you know. Oh, I've been watching. You know, you can watch Pat McAfee on ESPN, and they drop that word.
Hey.
Yeah. Live television,
Well,
ESPN.
CNN is now broadcasting the Bill Maher show, real time. He lets them fly.
And who's doing it now? Who's
CNN, his show comes on HBO on Friday, but then CNN shows it on Saturday. And
Reminds me of the Seinfeld episode, Brett, with the little boy that says what Jerry says. You remember that? Oh man, I have to describe it. I bet you've seen it. You just
Yeah, I know. I've seen them all, but some of them only once.
Yeah. Let's see. Ned says 1050WLON.com on STG on the STG section working good this morning, says Ned. Good morning, Ned. Good morning to all the folks that are up early and joining us here on a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Saturday morning. I mean, it just doesn't get much better. 43 degrees.
Gorgeous.
Have we had a drop of rain since the hurricane came through?
Since the hurricane,
no. It's
no.
weird, isn't it?
Just now drying out, though.
And October is usually the driest
Driest
month of the
month.
year.
Yeah.
But 70s today, mid 70s, upper 70s tomorrow, and then it really starts dipping. Did you know that the high this coming Wednesday, the high is 61?
Ooh.
The high will be 61 with a low of 36.
But yeah,
So-
we're going to have 80s Saturday and Sunday, right?
I think I said 79 being
79,
the highest.
okay.
Now, so it'd be knocking on the door. It could possibly hit 80. But 80s with no humidity is just different.
That's fine.
It is
yeah,
just
I don't
different.
mind 80s with no humidity.
Yes, exactly. 2-0 last night. Brett's Dodgers get the win over, I think Brett's second favorite team is the Padres after some
Yeah.
texts that I got. He did everything but put that word in when he was describing the hated Padres. I guess
San
the
Diego,
Dodgers.
once again, door closes on a World Series opportunity for them. They never won it, right? One of the teams that's
Been,
never
but not
won.
one, from what I understand. Been once
Yeah.
or twice.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know they've been once.
Yeah,
but,
I do too. And I'm thinking like it might have been twice, but I couldn't tell you the years. I couldn't tell you. I'm trying to remember who the opponent is that I remember beating them in the World Series. But
Oh, we just talked about it a week
I know
or two
we did.
ago. Was
but guess what?
was
for,
it the
for
Yankees?
Mike and I, that's a week or two ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it was, Brett. Don't think it. Butch, obviously, yes, I know you're headed to the beach today.
Oh,
Great
good for him.
He says great beach weather, and I'm
Oh,
guessing
yeah.
already on the road, Butch. Already on the road this morning, or still coming a little later in the day. I know it makes the drive or the ride, whatever it is, for Butch and those guys that are from Maiden going down to play golf.
Awesome golf.
That they got a win last night over one of their
Sure,
rivals.
that makes the weekend sweeter.
Yeah, it would have been a quieter ride. Well, I don't know. If you lose, sometimes you're more vocal than you are if you win. But
Think how big that
you're
was.
just talking more about the football game than you are everything else.
Maiden's back in the picture, and Bandy's just 2 losses.
Lenny, I'm sorry. I meant to say Lenny. Got my E and my I mixed up. Lenny, I want you to tell me, is that the only time he gave me the team that beat? And I should have
No,
remembered
they've lost 2.
Okay. Well, the Detroit Tigers was one of them, and I
Yeah.
do remember that one.
The Yankees was the other one.
The Yankees beat them in what year?
98.
98.
Yeah.
So 84 and 98, they've been to the World Series, but yet to bring home the – is the World Series trophy named after anybody, or is it just a World Series trophy?
That's a great question.
It's not the Lombardi trophy. It's
No.
not the what's the hockey one? Smith something? Is it something Smith? The hockey-
Stanley? It's the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I'm thinking MVP.
Stanley
I'm
Cup,
thinking
yeah.
MVP. The MVP is the one that's got named after a player from like 300 years ago. The Super Bowl trophy is just the Super Bowl trophy.
How about the college football championship?
I don't think it's named.
The Super Bowl
Not
in
that I-
Lombardi?
It is the Lombardi. Yep, it is the Lombardi. The Tigers beat them in 84. That came from Lenny. I got another message here. It says, rolling. That's from Butch. So, rolling down the highway. That's probably some lyrics somewhere.
Sure.
Or let it roll down the highway. I know is. That's what I was looking for, Ned. Thank you. It's not Smith. It's the Conn Smythe Trophy in NHL that goes to the and Butch also puts that on here as well. Conn Smythe. I love spell check though, because Butch's Conn Smythe is SMYRH. The Conn Smear Trophy.
How about in basketball, Naismith Trophy? Does that have a name? College basketball championship? Not sure.
The college basketball championship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's what it would be, I would guess.
yeah, you'd figure.
If
The
it-
man who started the
Yeah,
game.
invented
Or
the
that.
man who invented the game. All right, now here's going to be my question for you guys. I want to get to this here real quick. I'm going to click on it. Is there Major League Baseball today?
Yes.
Okay.
1 o'clock.
And I know it's not the National League because they just finished last night. I'm guessing that anyway.
Right. They play tomorrow.
Okay.
It's Game 5 between Cleveland and Detroit.
That's right.
And
That's
they're
right.
playing
Game
it
5.
early because of expected bad weather in Cleveland this evening.
And so what time?
1.
1. In Cleveland.
1 o'clock in Cleveland.
Who wins? So you
I don't know. I don't know who's pitching.
is baseball the most
I'll go with Cleveland.
difficult to pick in a one game scenario? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You can pick who might win a series, but it's hard to sit there and pick who's going to win which game.
Oh, it says Scooble's pitching for Detroit, so that maybe I'll go with the Tigers.
Do you have anything on him stat wise this year? Because all I've heard
He's
is
probably going to win the Cy Young.
yeah. You know the bad part. At least you've got him for today. You got to get there before it matters. But the bad part is that just ruins their rotation if they win against the Yankees. Right?
In the playoffs, he's started 2 games, pitched 13 innings, no runs allowed. 14 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Is he the best pitcher ever that nobody knows about?
Right now, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I don't know about ever.
Yeah, it definitely is right now.
Yeah, 13 innings, no runs, 7 hits, 14 strikeouts. That's in 2 starts.
His name's almost Screwball.
Yeah.
Screwball.
On the season, he was 18-4, 2.39 ERA, 228 strikeouts.
and likely to be the American League Cy Young winner. And the National League, the leading candidate for that would be
I think Chris Sale,
Chris Sale. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. Appreciate you throwing that in there.
who didn't pitch in the playoffs.
Did not pitch in the playoffs. I was just trying to think of others that have had good years in the National League. It's just not coming to me as far as the National League. Who wound up with the best record overall? Was it the Dodgers?
Yeah.
In the National League?
Yeah, they had the
Or
best
period?
overall with just 98 wins.
Yeah. And the Yankees in the American League, were they the best?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, they were they are the 1 seed.
Yeah. And it was how many did they have?
94-68. They beat Cleveland by 1 game.
We did not have a 100-game winner.
Nope.
And the Dodgers beat the Phillies by 3 games. I thought all year the Phillies were going to run away with the best record in home field advantage, but they kind of cooled off over the last month or 2. And
Yeah, they did. They really did. And, they just went through their slump at the wrong time.
yeah,
I mean, that's basically what happened. I thought they were very good all season as well. Ned says, info you didn't ask for, but the NHL has a Best Sportsmanship Award. Most of them don't want to win that.
No,
It looks like.
not in hockey.
You know what it's called? If you know what this trophy's called for the Sportsmanship Award, you watch too much hockey.
I don't.
I wouldn't say you watch too much, but you're a bigger hockey fan than I am. I would put it that way. I'll leave that out there, see if anybody wants to guess what that is, since Ned is have no idea where that name came from either, because it might be insinuating something with the name of that trophy. Only 6 hits last night in that baseball game, and 2 of those were solo home runs. Hernandez. Am I right? But the same guy didn't hit them both. What's his TS?
Teoscar,
Teoscar, yeah. Teoscar, TS.
the home run derby champion
Home
from
run
this
derby
year.
champion. Who has hit consistently with power for the Dodgers
Yeah, he's had
all
a great
long?
year.
All year long. He's an outfielder, right?
Yeah,
But Hernandez last night, shortstop or outfield? Kike.
He
sorry.
moved around. I think he started in the outfield and moved to third toward the end of the game. Yeah, he moved to third in the ninth inning because he got the first batter hit one
Right at
to him,
yep.
and then the final out.
And
was
the
also
throw was
to him.
offline, but Freeman
Muncie
was Muncie at first.
at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
The
okay.
ninth inning they
Yeah.
took Freeman out
Yeah,
and moved Muncie to
did some
first.
shifty
Yeah.
footwork and was able to make the play without any problem at all.
Yeah, their defense was decent in the series. San Diego's defense was awesome. They made every
Yeah, they
play.
did. I saw many running catches in the outfield and leaping catches to save a home
Yeah.
run, I think, in one of those games. They did. They played really well.
Their outfield was great. Manny Machado is always solid at third. I mean, it's hard to get anything by him.
I remember when the guy robbed the home run and all the chaos that came with that through the rest of the game. That was the first inning, wasn't it? Home run rob by the Padres.
Yeah, I
left
think
fielder.
it was.
What's his name?
Profar.
Yeah. But man, the fans, you know.
Yeah, it got ugly.
They didn't let
It got
up.
ugly
They
that
didn't let
night.
up.
Luckily, none of that happened. The
see
rest
any
of
of
the
that, Mike?
series was.
You see any of that when the fans were? Well,
Oh,
they were throwing stuff.
Yeah,
stuff.
they threw a baseball.
Baseball.
Threw a baseball at Profar, the left fielder,
Mm-hmm.
later in the game.
You know, they made an announcement. Here's what I didn't like about the announcement that I heard. You stand to be ejected if you throw something. That's all you're going to get. You know, I mean that's the only punishment you're going to get if you throw something out on the field at a baseball game. Why not charges? You know, I mean, criminal charges, whatever they may be. I mean, you know, I think you take that thing to the max. Some of them at that point had enough. You know what I'm saying? When I had enough, they didn't care if they got thrown out or not.
Yeah.
You know, if that's all it was going to be, they just didn't care if they got thrown out or not. So, I don't know. You see that a couple times a year.
Things can get crazy in Dodger Stadium,
Yeah.
as we've seen or heard of a
Especially
lot of
when-
incidents.
Especially when they're playing the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
and
especially-
there's been some tragic incidents
there has.
when
Yes,
they
there
play.
has. I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there so I don't skip it and leave you wondering today that sportsmanship trophy in hockey, the Lady, that's enough said right there, right? Lady Bing trophy. Never heard of it. The Lady Bing trophy. Learn something new each and every day. Just to look here real quick, playoff schedule. As Brett said, the game today, let's see if I can get on there. Detroit and Cleveland, 1:08 start time. That's on TBS. Then tomorrow night, this don't even look right, but I'm so, you know, I know most people in this area of the United States don't care much for the Mets, and that's because they're a big rival with the Braves at times. But I like the Mets. I like their team. I like where they're at. I really like Lindor. No offense, Brett. I don't. You know, since they're playing the Dodgers, I'll just sit back and watch and relax. But I think that's going to be a good series.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect.
The Mets are hot. I mean, they're really hot. If Dodger pitching can shut down those bats, I don't think. Here's what I don't think. I don't think you want to get into a slugfest with the Mets. You know.
Yeah.
If you keep the Mets 4 runs or under, you know, then you're probably going to be in control, win that series. But if they start scoring, and I mean, in these last rounds, they scored a lot of runs in a hurry in a couple of those games. You know, like when I think they put 4 up in back-to-back innings in one of the games. And, I don't know. On the other side, we can't even really predict it yet because we don't know who's coming out of the American League today. But either way, that series is going to start in Yankee Stadium, right?
Yep.
And that is set for
Looks like Monday night.
Monday night. Okay. Yep. So the National League,
Yeah, this
We'll
shows
have
the
in 2
Dodgers and
games.
Mets playing Monday at 4, Game 2. That's unusual.
Yeah.
A day playoff game in L.A.
Yeah.
That's 1 o'clock
That just
in
is,
L.A. on a Monday.
that is proof that the NFL rules. I mean, what else could it be?
Well, the Yankees are playing at 7:30
Oh, are they?
Monday.
Well, they're only going to. Yeah, I guess they're always going to stack it where you can see both games if you want to.
And I know the Dodgers and Mets have to fly to New York after, so maybe that's why they put them at the early time.
Who was that ended the season with a win and had to fly out and play the next day, and it was a coast to coast flight. Luckily for them, it was east to west and not west to east, with the time change going the wrong way on you. But I can't remember exactly who that was, but somebody in the playoffs when they started had to.
Well, it was the Braves. They had to
clinched
fly to
on-
San
that's it.
Diego.
That's it, exactly. It was the Braves because they didn't clinch till the.
Them and the Mets clinched
Think
the
about-
same day.
Think about the Mets where they are right now. They had to win one game in that doubleheader.
Yeah,
They wouldn't even been in if they didn't win one game in that doubleheader.
yeah. And they won it 8-7
Yeah,
with 2 runs in the 9th inning.
yeah. Now they would have had one more chance after that because they won the first game of the doubleheader.
Yeah.
You knew all along if you were an Arizona fan, player, whatever, it wasn't going to work out. For you.
No, because whoever won was going to take it easy the second game.
Yeah.
And let some guys rest.
Yeah. Once the Mets had won that game, they didn't care much about the next one, and I hate it wound up that way. But then again, if you are an Arizona player or fan, you had 162 other games
Yep.
to make sure.
All they had to do was win one more
to make
and they'd have
sure
been in.
make sure you was going to get in those. We're going to get in those playoffs. World Series trophy is called the Commissioner's Trophy, says Lenny, the Commissioner's Trophy. So yeah, that one. So that way it's not aimed after a commissioner, but it just happens to be
Commissioners.
the current commissioner. Who's the current commissioner of Major League Baseball? Mike Powell.
Ooh, you got me.
Is it R.M. Brett?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's your answers.
REM.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not R.E.M. But, well, they might be.
No, RDM. Just
Okay.
looked him
Orange
up.
Crush.
Yeah, I was going to say if it's R.E.M., he might be.
Succeeded Bud Selig
Bart Giamatti. No, he's dead.
in 2015. So this is his 10th year.
They used to be far more prominent. I don't know. I mean, you look back and
Rob Manfred. Is that that?
Rob
is that, Have I
Manfred.
got the name
Yeah,
right?
that's it, Rob Manfred.
I remembered it was Rob, and I thought I knew it started with the M, but it took me a little while. That wasn't. I thought that was it when Manfred come to my mind, but.
many titles for the Mets. 69, of course, and 86. Have there been more?
Let's not talk about 86.
Let's don't talk about 69. The Birds of Baltimore had one of the greatest teams ever.
Yeah, Miracle Mets.
Yeah.
The Miracle Mets that year.
Finished last
Anyway.
every year, and then 69.
Yep, they burst on
Yeah.
to the scene. Major League Baseball.
Yeah, just those 2.
Okay.
Just those 2. Yep.
They've been in the World Series 3 other times and lost.
Let's see here. On Tuesday night, in college football, I know you guys stayed up and watched this overtime game where Liberty beat Florida International 31-24 in overtime.
Oh, yeah.
I always forget that there's college football on Tuesday night. It's hard for me to remember that. I don't even know what I was doing Tuesday night, but I did not see 1 second of that football game, even though it sounds like a really good football game.
Overtime. I've lost track of Liberty since Hugh Freeze left. I don't know what they've been doing. I figure they're pretty good.
Well, they're still winning football games, I guess, because they won that one over FIU. It was on Wednesday night. It was Jacksonville State rolling past New Mexico State, 54-13. Thursday night, James Madison. What a team! What a program this has become at James Madison. I still can hear John Madden calling that school Tiny James Madison or Small School James Madison, whatever, because players come out of there and have been going to the NFL for years and years. But they kind of have picked up with domination, Mike, like App was for a while.
That's right.
It reminds you of what App was doing when they were D1 AA. James Madison beats Coastal Carolina 39-7. Louisiana Tech over Middle Tennessee State 48-21, and Western Kentucky over UTEP 44-17. That is Texas El Paso. Also, last night's games, Utah and Arizona. I fell asleep watching this one. Arizona wins a one-possession game last night, 27-19.
Yeah, and
over
Utah
Arizona
was
State.
kind of favored to win the Big 12.
Yep. And Brett says they just don't have the offense, right, Brett?
Yeah.
They came into last night. They were highly ranked before a loss. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? They took their first loss. Now with 2 losses, they're not going to be in the top 20. They might be in the top 25, but I don't think they wind up in the top 20.
Who is going to emerge in the Big 12? Kansas State's playing pretty good.
I think they're always a front runner.
Kansas,
Oklahoma
is
State.
off. Oklahoma State's lost 3 in a row.
Never mind then.
They're talking about finally getting rid of the mullet.
Oh, the mullet.
It's like Texas Tech is 3-0 right now.
Oh.
Led by Patrick Mahomes.
Mm.
No, maybe
BYU,
not.
BYU's 2-0.
Okay,
BYU's 5-0 overall.
Yeah,
Wow.
BYU's got a pretty good team, and I think they had non-conference wins that were. I think they had a couple wins, maybe at least one, over somebody that a meaningful win, a ranked team maybe.
Colorado's 2-0, Iowa State 2-0, West Virginia 2-0.
Iowa State's another one that flies under the radar that don't get a lot of attention, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're also 5-0
they're pretty
overall.
good. Did they beat Iowa a couple weeks back?
Yep.
Yeah.
They did.
3-2? No, it wasn't.
20-19.
20-19. Go through the schedule here. We're almost ready for our first timeout. One of you guys want to get your lyrics ready. We will. Who went first last week? Me, Brett.
I don't know. Mike, you can go if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
South Carolina visits Alabama today. This may be the only time all year, or the worst time all year, to roll into Alabama, because they probably have been hungry for 7 days to get back on that football field, 6 days, to get back on the field after what happened to them last week. How do you explain
You can't.
when in a 60-minute football game that Alabama could not take control of that game and winds up losing to Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt is now beating Virginia Tech and Alabama,
It's
right?
two pretty big wins.
It's, no Nick Saban. That's how I'd explain it.
Yeah.
He
You think
never
he'd let
lost.
that happen?
Probably not. I mean,
No.
just to be honest, probably not. That probably don't happen on his watch. And now, this is Alabama, so are there already rumors of getting rid of the coach? I mean,
Well, he's following this path in Washington where he won a lot, but every game was close. I mean, it was go back and look at even last year when they got to the final game. They had a lot of just games that just could have gone either way. They could have had 4 or 5 losses, but they won them, which is to their credit. But that may be just his coaching style. I don't know. I mean, it does raise eyebrows. I have to say that.
Yeah.
Well, they had a really big lead on Georgia and gave that up
Yeah,
in a hurry. And
that's true.
And they didn't recover from that. It was
we're
like
lucky to
the
pull
next
that
game started
out.
out the same way
Yeah.
that one finished, I mean, I would like to see how bad they were outscored.
Yeah, it's like they kept the bad momentum from the second half of the Georgia game.
Yep, they did. They did. And Georgia bounced back with a win last week, right? If they played, I know they won because I did not hear that they lost. But
Yeah, they beat Auburn last week.
Okay. Yep. Poor Auburn. It's just like South Carolina today getting a mad Alabama team.
Well, South Carolina
Auburn seems to catch them all.
last week had to play Ole Miss coming off of their first
Yeah,
loss,
that wasn't
and Ole Miss
good.
blew them out. And now they've got to play Alabama, which is just bad scheduling anyway. Play
Well,
Ole Miss and
I wanna-
Alabama
You
back
guys
to back.
answer this in one word. Will Alabama make the playoffs?
I don't know what the
You just messed up already. One word.
Yes, I'm going to say yes, but it's like 51-49% because I mean they're going to have other
Still a tough
chances.
schedule.
They're going to have other chances to lose. They got to go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
They got to play LSU still.
Don't forget.
In
You
or
gotta
out,
go
Mike
to
Powell?
OU.
In or out, Mike Powell?
Yes.
You think they're scared of
Reluctantly.
OU?
No, not this year. I'll say yes.
You
but
better hope
with
they
the
win today.
caveat.
Yeah, they're at Tennessee next week.
Wow.
Yeah, that'll tell something right there.
Yeah, and Tennessee got their first loss. I mean, it just shows you. I mean, people may hate it, but top to bottom, the SEC's good.
Mhm.
I mean, even Vanderbilt
Yeah.
is good now, pulling off wins. And then look at Arkansas.
Look at Kentucky.
Sitting there knocking off. Yeah, I mean,
Don Revel says Alabama has not lost 2 regular season games in a row since 2007.
you start thinking about that. That's a long time now. I mean,
Which most years they didn't even lose 2 regular season games,
yep.
much less
Well, that's
in a row.
Saban.
But
Saban, the greatest college football coach of our lifetime. I won't go all the way back and say some of those like
No.
Newt Rockne and the people that we didn't really.
Totally different era.
It is.
yeah, but certainly
The modern day guy, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the modern day guy. I mean, he's just been unbelievable,
he has to be.
and he won a national championship at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he before?
Michigan State.
Michigan State,
Mhm.
and he didn't win a national championship, but he
No, but
won a
he-
conference title. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
He had I think a 9-win team one time. Yeah.
Yep.
And he was fairly successful at Michigan State.
Well, who would be second? I mean, I don't even know. There's nobody near his level in the last
My personal opinion,
40 years.
Bobby Bowden. My personal opinion. He won a couple national
I was
titles.
thinking Urban Meyer. He won with Florida and Ohio State.
Meyer would be thrown
yeah,
in there.
he would have to be.
Not one of my favorites.
No,
by no
not one of
means,
my
but
favorites either. But
definitely
he was
deserves,
really
yeah,
good.
He deserves the credit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean those guys right there, and Bowden's a crowd favorite. If you like college football, you like Bobby Bowden.
Well, Pete Carroll, you'd have to throw him in there.
Pete Carroll,
Yeah, you would.
winning some championships as well, doing whatever it took to win some.
I'd even put Jimmy Johnson in there. I know his.
Yeah,
he
Jimmy
didn't have
Johnson.
a-
Mack
he didn't have a
Brown,
long
guys.
stay, but
Mike, you might want to repeat that. I couldn't have heard you right.
He did win a national title and played in another.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. But certainly, probably not.
Just kidding, Carolina fans.
Ed Orgeron won a title. But
Oh, that's
wouldn't-
right.
I wouldn't-
LSU won 3 there.
I don't mean I'd put him in the
Yeah,
conversation.
LSU won 3 titles there in
With
about a
different
10-year.
coaches.
Yeah, about a 10-year period, they won 3 championships with 3 different coaches.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Les Miles. I actually thought he was a really good coach. He where'd he go out? Didn't he go to Kansas and get them? He's not still there, is he?
No, he didn't do much at Kansas.
I don't know what he-
That's why he's not still there.
I don't know where he is right now.
He must not be coaching.
Probably in bed asleep.
Yeah.
But I do not know exactly where. We'll get back to the schedule in a minute. We do need to take our first time out. I just want to say this. Lenny says the TV gurus are foaming at the mouth for potential World Series matchup.
Yeah. I
Yankees,
know.
Dodgers, or a Subway Series of New York teams.
Yep.
I hope Cleveland or Detroit can spoil one of those, and I'm with you on that, Lenny. Go ahead, Mike Powell.
Oh.
First lyrics of the morning. Oh, don't act surprised.
Well, you don't want a Subway Series, but a lot of us would. I mean,
I want the Mets in.
yeah.
Well, sorry, Brett, but I won't be disappointed if the Dodgers get in. But
I want Dodgers.
the Dodgers
Yankees.
are going to have
That's-
way
that's-
more opportunities, I'm going to guess, than the Mets will
Dodgers, Yankees.
down the road. Why?
Okay, one line. Well, you're dirty and sweet.
Say it again, because I didn't catch the first.
Well, you're dirty and sweet.
Well, you're dirty and sweet. Okay, we'll be back after this timeout.
First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Dr. John Klunger III and Dr. Aaron Hebner's mission is to earn their patients' respect and trust through the commitment and positivity, and offer the dental solutions in a professional environment to improve oral and overall health. The practice will be accepting new patients. Just call 704-735-0765 to schedule an immediate appointment. We can provide services like extractions, crowns, bridges, fillings, night guards, cleanings, and deep cleanings, sleep apnea appliances, partials, and dentures. We can also advise determine a treatment plan for dental implants. Dr. John Klunger III and Dr. Aaron Hebner, 904 Doncha Drive, Lincolnton. Call 704-735-0765 to schedule your appointment and experience the dental profession in a warm and no-pressure environment. I'm telling you, the apple didn't fall far.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver, or visit mooneyinsurance.com.
It's time to get ready for spring. Time to head to Full Throttle Power Sports and 95 Trailers. Test drive an ATV or side-by-side today. Full Throttle Power Sports carries CF Moto, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, and Slingshot. And check out their trailers with brand names like SureTrack, Iron Bull, and Triton. Stop by or give them a call at 704-833-1270. Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. They deal in fun.
Hi, folks. This is Will Poteet, president and co-owner of RE/MAX Crossroads. The real estate market is ever-changing, but it's not too late to sell your home for a great price. If you're thinking about selling your home, give us a call at 704-736-1717 to speak with one of our expert agents. We would love the opportunity to earn your business.
This is Creighton Kell with Kell Insurance. We have been helping people for over 25 years with all their Medicare needs. We represent the same national and local companies as the insurance agencies you see on TV. And you know what? We can sit down with you one-on-one and help you find the right plan just for you.
Kell Insurance is located beside the Cultural Center and behind Gillum Realty in downtown Lincolnton. 107 North Cedar Street. Call 704-732-4646 and follow them on Facebook. Kell Insurance.
Welcome back. Saturday morning. Glad to have you with us. Beautiful, beautiful fall day out there today. Doesn't get much better than what we're seeing out the window today. My phone is lit up. I have 4 texts. I don't want to look at them.
Okay.
Because I want you to give those lyrics again, Mike.
Okay.
And just like you just did, say the same amount that you just did to us off the air.
Okay, 2 lines.
Mm-hmm. That's not part of the lyrics.
No. Well, you're dirty and sweet, clad in black. Don't look back, and I love you.
I know that. I just cannot come up with
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I know that, but I can't put the tune in my head. Brett, anything?
No, it sounds like something I should know, but
Well, I'm going to read the text because somebody might.
It's an infectious song once you know, the chorus. Any guesses?
Well, is the initials of the artist TR?
Yep.
Okay.
Dang.
Then all these people have it.
I thought I had somebody stumped.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
is
Yeah.
the T the? Oh,
No.
okay.
No.
It's a guy. And you know him.
Oh, okay.
You know him real well. Not a lot of songs.
No.
Not a lot of hits.
No.
But it's kind of a cult song. Or
Yeah.
would you say? What did you call it?
Yeah.
Hear it at a lot of sporting events.
Yeah.
That ought to help you, Brett.
It
I
would
mean,
be in
that's-
a collection of jock rock. I
Yes,
think.
it definitely would. It definitely would. And but when this guy got into making music and playing with different bands, he probably had no idea he was going to have a jock
No.
rock.
He's British. I'll say that.
Yep.
Say the first line again.
Well, you're dirty and sweet, clad in black. Don't look back, and I love you.
I know who it is. I just can't think of the song.
Well, we'll let you name who it is.
Well, who do you think?
Todd Rundgren.
I'll give you a hint on the title of the song. Ringo Starr could do this.
Bang on the drum all day. I just didn't. That's the first song that popped into my head. I didn't remember it starting like
It's
that.
not Todd Rundgren.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Why did we say that? Why did I think that? What's his song that's kind of like that?
I don't know. But the initials are TR, but not Todd Rundgren. I'm sorry.
Oh, is that what the person guessed that you got? The reason you said TR?
No, I just thought that's who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look. You guys are going to have to bear with me. I've got nine new messages here.
All right.
Ned says, Bang on a Gong record, no idea who the artist.
Oh, okay. T-Rex.
T-Rex.
T-Rex,
Bang
okay.
a Gong.
Well, what did Todd Rundgren have that was similar to
know.
that? He had a jock rock song,
Did
too.
he?
I swear he did.
Well, the bang on the
a
drum
gong.
all day. That's the Packers have always played that,
Yeah.
and that's why I thought that was it.
Bang on the gong all day, yeah.
Bang on a drum all
Yeah,
day.
drum all day. This is,
Okay, it's a bang on
Get
the
it
drum all
on,
day
bang a gong.
Or bang the gong.
Get it on.
I'm so confused right now. I'm giving up.
The song is T-Rex. Bang a gong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny that they both have TR initials.
I know. But of course, the famous chorus, get it on, bang a gong, get it on.
Yeah.
There's some nice guitar work in there.
So Bang a Gong is the group.
No,
T-Rex.
T-Rex
is the group.
Is the group.
Because Butch's answer is Get It On by Bang the Gong.
Yeah, I like that one.
So T-Rex. Okay.
Bang
That's
Gong.
weird that they had the same initials.
It is. Yeah.
Because I thought I had it, that part. Wake Mike up. He must be talking in his sleep when he said Mac sent him a text for a plug.
Mm.
Help me on that one.
Well, when I said Mac Brown, we're talking about.
Oh. Hook said his typing is terrible this morning. That's why we have spell check. I don't know. Todd Rundgren has got a song like that, though, and you guys didn't name it, did you?
I said bang on the drum
Bang on
all
the
day.
drum all day.
Okay. Man, I got it. You know what? I bet I've listened to one of those songs play and think it was the other artist, just because I never knew they reminded me so much of each other. Do they remind you of each other?
No.
No? Okay.
Here's a later
It's just
lyric.
me then.
It's kind of
Well, T-Rex just has the one song that I've ever heard, Bang a Gong.
Yeah, I don't know that they had another hit.
Todd Rundgren, I think, was way more popular
Oh,
than,
yeah.
than
Oh,
T-Rex.
yeah, he was. He played with other bands, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he even wrote songs for other
Yeah,
bands.
yeah. I think that was his specialty. Was the writing. What was you going to say, Mike?
Yeah, here's the second verse of the song. Well, you're built like a car. You've got a hubcap diamond star halo.
Yeah,
Built like a car.
somebody was on something when those lyrics were written. First of all, you had to be on something to name your group T-Rex, I
Yeah.
would say, and then from that point on, it's a free fall. Clemson visits Wake Forest, just right down the highway today here in North Carolina. Clemson, after that season opening loss, guys, has looked pretty doggone good.
Oh, yeah.
And have now climbed into the top 10. Top 10 right now, playing like a playoff team as well. Missouri visits Massachusetts. Your lovely Missouri Tigers, Mike, got beat last week, suffered their first loss, and that was 2. Somebody might have to help me on.
Texas A&M
Texas A&M
blew 'em
wiped
out.
up the Plains.
They
with
did
them.
blow them out. They did.
Missouri dropped 12 spots in the AP poll with that loss.
You think they will drop 12
They
spots?
did drop
they
12
already
spots.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Already did drop 12 spots.
Well, the poll comes out on Sunday,
So they were ranked 9th.
9th to 21st.
That's a big drop. Washington visits Iowa on Fox today at high noon. Don't know what to think there. I got to think that Washington will outscore
Yeah.
Iowa and get that road win. But
They're just coming up. Who did Washington beat somebody? Who was it?
Michigan?
Yeah, and beat Michigan. Coming off a Michigan win.
Washington, Iowa, Wisconsin travels to Rutgers. Rutgers is quietly a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
Not a team you want to play in, especially on their home turf.
Wisconsin is not a good team.
No, they're not. I don't know. Bring back Barry. I'll just start.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and start. I wonder how old Barry Alvarez is. He's still the AD up there, right?
Last I heard.
Okay. I thought he was, but not sure. Georgia Tech at North Carolina. Interesting matchup. Other ranked teams here. Let's see.
Barry Alvarez is 77.
77. He's not coming back as head coach, I wouldn't think. Number 1 Texas.
And he's not
visits
the AD
number
anymore.
18. He's not.
No, it was last year was 2021.
Can Oklahoma play spoiler today, Mike, for the
Well, it's
spoiler for the Longhorns?
it's the biggest line I've ever seen in this game. Texas by 14.
Yeah. Yep.
No,
No home field advantage for either team.
half the cotton ball is burnt orange, half is crimson. Texas State Fair
Alabama
going
playing
on.
in that now? Texas is a better team.
Yes.
Don't always mean you'll win, though.
Yeah, this game has usually got a lot of undercurrent. Usually close, sided late. We'll see.
Texas,
I might give them a puncher's chance.
Texas is the 8th best team in the country in yards per game. They're the 9th best in yards allowed per game. So top 10 offense and defense.
That means no weaknesses.
What's a puncher?
Oklahoma has a good defense, but
Yeah.
not as much offense.
Yeah, we finally got a good defense after the Lincoln Riley years, and now we can't score.
What's a puncher?
A puncher?
And
We
then
know
what-
the puncher's chance. I mean, there's
Not a punter's
Yeah,
in this situation.
you can always land that one.
What
big
is the
blow.
puncher? Okay. Is that what
what
that's speaking of? Is a
Yeah.
boxing?
Yeah, it's a
chance?
boxing metaphor. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I never
there's
knew
always
that.
there's
Never
always
knew
a
that.
chance.
Heard it forever, and you used it a lot. Never knew what it was.
One big shot.
Never knew what the puncher was.
You
I thought
catch the much better fighter off guard.
maybe somebody had spiked the punch, and they
Yeah.
were going back, filling the cup up over and over. Ned says T-Rex was mentioned in the song about.
I just know it was mentioned in a song by The Who, but I don't know the song.
I don't think this one's by the
It's
Who.
not
I
by
think
The
this
Who?
one is by the Beatles.
Oh, okay.
No, okay. I can hear the Who one now in my head.
Okay.
The sound of old
Oh,
T-Rex.
the sound of old T-Rex. That's
Yeah,
the line
okay.
I mean.
I always thought they was talking about the dinosaur.
But what's your song?
Well, this one says all the young dudes.
Oh, that's
the young dude, yeah.
Mott the
Mott the
Mott
Hoople.
the
Yeah.
Ho-
Yeah,
the
Mott,
Hoop-
not the Beatles, Mott the Hoople.
Mott the Hoople, yeah. Another British group.
Who sound exactly like the Beatles on some songs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it went in my head and I was thinking Beatles.
sounded like David Bowie.
Is that
too,
right?
But I think he might have wrote that song.
All the young dudes.
What's the next? Is it Carry the
News.
Carry the News? Is that what they really say?
I don't know.
Penn State at Southern Cal.
Yeah, pretty big one.
Unranked Southern Cal, 3:30 today.
Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Stanford at Notre Dame. Any concerns, Brett? You did lose to Northern Illinois, so
You
I'd be
gotta be
concerned about
concerned.
everyone, I guess.
I'd be concerned about everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Louisville visits Virginia, Cincinnati at Central Florida. That Northern Illinois team, who finally won another game last week, I think, will be at Bowling Green today. Number 5, Georgia's at home to take on Mississippi State. Who's got it worse than Mississippi State?
Yeah, they've become.
Are we supposed to say nobody?
You can. Right now, I don't think anybody does because their schedule, I would not even want to guess what their schedule is, but it could really be the worst schedule, the hardest schedule in college football.
They have one win.
One win.
It was over Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a new coach, Jeff Levy, who was a former OC.
The Mississippi schools are hard places to win. Kiffin's winning right now most of his games. Mississippi State's not.
No.
And I couldn't tell you who their coach
They lost 41-17 to Toledo.
Ooh.
Long year for the Mississippi State faithful.
You forgot to mention Arizona at BYU. They're ranked 14th, BYU.
Did I skip right over that one?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a BYU fan.
Yeah.
I like to watch them play. If
Provo.
you've never watched a game, even on TV, with that setting, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Because it is beautiful Rocky Mountains in the background, sometimes snow covered.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really good. I'd like to go there and watch a game live in person. Is what I would like to do. Florida at Tennessee. For years and years and years, Florida's been a thorn in Tennessee's side, but I think Tennessee gets them today mainly because they're coming off a loss. You know?
Yeah.
Refocused because they're coming off a loss because there again, another loss is really going to hurt a team like Tennessee's chances to get in the playoffs down the road. So I think they really need to win, and knowing they're coming off a loss, they're just going to be a little extra there.
Although Florida did win last week, didn't they? I'm trying to remember who they beat. Central Florida, maybe? Yeah. That's not going to necessarily say.
Well, they played an SEC team fairly close before getting the team pulled away. I guess that was 2 weeks ago, but I can't remember.
So what do you think?
Exactly who
Napier
it was.
goes at the end of the year or gets another year? Billy Napier.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, I do too.
They beat
to.
Mississippi State was their SEC
Uh-huh.
win.
Yeah.
They've lost to Miami and Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm. 2-2.
Well, they also beat Samford. So
But their problem was they didn't just lose to those two teams because those two teams are very good, but they were just
Miami
blown
blew them out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that
Being
really
blown out in those two games is what makes it look so bad. Number 2, Ohio State at Oregon. Is this the game of the year? Now, Brett says Georgia and Alabama is the game of the year so far to date.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely the biggest game of the week.
For the day, yeah, for sure.
I don't get to see it.
We're getting more of these because of the big conferences.
Yeah.
There's
sure.
more of these games
Right.
with 2 top 5 teams.
Yeah, well, in the past, they wouldn't even have scheduled each other. You know, I mean, you wouldn't have seen
No.
very rarely would you have seen Ohio State play a home-and-home with Oregon.
Well, it's one of the benefits of what we're seeing now with realignment.
Lenny says Mississippi State is saying bring back Sylvester Croom.
There you go.
So
See, next week Georgia and Texas play. Now that wouldn't have happened before the SEC.
So Texas
expanded.
plays Oklahoma and Georgia
Yeah.
back to back. No off week in between. just back to back.
Nope.
Wow.
Already had their off week.
Yep. Now, Mr. Saban would have never let that happen to Bama, but Sarkisian don't quite have the pull yet, I guess. Vanderbilt at Kentucky. Who in the world wants to pick that game?
Yeah.
I will.
I'd go with Kentucky.
Yeah.
And that's
Me
just
too.
because
too. Vanderbilt can't do it.
they're still riding
2
the
weeks
magic.
in a row.
They're still riding the magic carpet, you know.
And look what Kentucky did against.
They've played well since they lost it. They lost a game early. Might have been the first week. I can't remember who.
South
to.
Carolina blew them out.
Yeah, and they were embarrassed.
And then
they
Georgia
scared
beat
Georgia
them by
to
1.
death.
They played Georgia to a 1-point game. That told you right there that they can compete.
And they went down to Ole Miss and beat them.
Yes, they did. So Vanderbilt at Kentucky, that's 7:45 tonight. Iowa State at West Virginia tonight on Fox at 8. Syracuse at NC State. NC State.
Disappointing.
Not 8-4 this year, are they?
Final season for Dave Doeren?
I don't. Yeah.
Or do you give him a 1 year pass? You know, he's been 8-4 consistently.
Yeah. I figure they give him a pass.
Well, they could still go 8-4.
What are they?
They're 3-3.
And
Their schedule doesn't look that tough.
Well, you know what? If he finishes strong, he'll be back.
Yeah.
If he finishes strong, he'll be back. Georgia Southern at home to take on Marshall. Minnesota at UCLA. That's two very different climates, right? K-State at Colorado.
That's an interesting game.
Yeah, it is. It is.
K-State's really good.
Yeah, that's a big game for two big games today in the Big 12. That one and was it BYU and who were they playing?
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah, those are two big ones.
Boise State visits Hawaii. What an awful road trip that has to be. And that rounds out your top 25
Boise State,
teams today in action.
Everybody's talking about to be the Group of 5 team and the new playoff format.
They're good.
But they're going to one of those conferences soon, right?
Is it the new Pac-12?
It could
That's right.
be. It
New
could be.
Pac-12.
Yeah, it could be. Are they still going to give a Group of 5 when the other conference is formed? I guess they will, won't they?
Yeah, I would think so.
But that won't change.
Because there's still other, like the Sun Belt and the A10 or whatever.
Yeah, it would
Mountain
be really
West.
it would be really great to be that first team to ever win that berth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Boise State's looking like
They're on
the
track.
front runner for that. They got one loss, and it was at Oregon. They lost by 3.
Tells me something there.
What's it tell you?
Oh, they're good. I mean, probably.
Probably. They're good. Probably. All right, we're going to take a timeout. You want me to go, Brett, or you?
I can do it.
Brett's got his ready, and I'll have to click on mine. So go right ahead. Second lyrics of the day.
Leaves are falling all around. Time I was on my way.
Got it. Back in a moment.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Rhodesville Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodesville Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesville.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
For where 2 or 3 have gathered together in my name, I am there in their midst. Matthew 18:20. You are invited to gather with us at Rhine Heights United Methodist Church, located at 520 Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Sunday school meets at 10, and worship follows at 11 every Sunday. Follow us on Facebook for special service announcements. Join us Sunday at Rhine Heights United Methodist Church.
Buying a Bobcat is now easier than ever at West End Sales in Vale. Now get 0% APR financing. That means low monthly payments. Or you can get $1,200 instant rebates on selected models. Now is the time to buy. Like we said, it's easier than ever. Again, get 0% APR financing or get $1,200 instant rebate on selected Bobcat models at West End Sales at the Highway 1827 West intersection in Vale. Online at westendsales.com and like them on Facebook too.
Western Steer Family Steakhouse in Newton has the best food around. Their buffet is like no other. Fried chicken, meatloaf, baked chicken, beef tips with peppers and onions, pintos and macaroni cheese, green beans, yams, and the best salad bar around. Hours of business Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Western Steer Family Steakhouse, 334 Southwest Boulevard, Newton. Call for takeouts at 704-325-3926. Like them on Facebook.
The game is about to start.
What the?
You finally put the kids to sleep.
Sweet dreams. No, the battery.
Your dinner guests will be here in 5 minutes.
Not now. Oh.
Mr. Sparky electricians are around the corner and ready to help. Call Mr. Sparky today for any electrical need.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Zeus Auto Repair and Performance at 1122 South Aspen Street in Lincoln now have 4 North Carolina licensed state inspectors on site. Need automotive work? They are the best. Oil changes, brakes, car detailing, and suspension work. You'll be in and out before you know it. Stop in and see the guys at Zeus Auto Repair and Performance at 1122 South Aspen Street in Lincoln. Hours of business, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 704-240-3061. Zeus Auto Repair and Performance.
Notary services available on site as well.
Welcome back. Glad to have you with us. Beautiful Saturday morning. Loving this weather, football weather at its peak right now.
Oh, yeah.
Indian summer type, though. Going to get up about 75 today, I think, and a little higher tomorrow before it cools off a lot. Several people weighing in on Brett's lyrics. Mike got it. I got it. Now we've got Rodney Willis, Butch Parker, Lenny Anthony. The only thing with Butch's was he gave the song a different title.
No.
Than what the title is, but what's the first 3 words of the song?
Leaves are falling.
That's okay. So This must be the first couple words of the second verse. No, I think they end the verse. On my way. When does
that's in the chorus, part of the chorus?
On part of the chorus. Okay, but Led Zeppelin, Ramble On.
Yeah.
I heard you guys saying. Brett, who's a really big Led Zeppelin fan, I'm guessing that's probably
Me too.
One of his favorite groups, but he said that's probably his second favorite song, and his first would be Going to California.
Yep.
My favorite, Black Dog.
Black Dog was good. I would say Ramble On is mine.
It's up there.
I really like
when
it.
When the levee breaks. I like Going to California.
Well, you have a couple times.
Yeah.
And so is Brett.
Yeah,
and I have not been to California, so I'm gonna have to. I'm not driving that drive. I have to do like I have to do like you guys did.
Oh yeah,
fly out there. I'd like to go. At some point, go from Seattle down to L.A. and see all that.
Now that'd be fun.
Seattle,
yeah.
Drive that West Coast.
West Coast Highway.
Take a week to drive it or whatever, and just take your time.
Highway 1.
would be fun.
Yeah.
First scores on here, man. Some of these lopsided games. It's down east last night. We're familiar with South Columbus. Brett and I have been there to a playoff game before. Beat West Columbus last night, 71-0. We see a lot of lopsided games. I don't know what. Maybe the new realignment will help some of that. But
I hope so.
I still think there's going to be some. Still going to be some. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Franklin beat North Henderson 45-6 on Friday night, and this is the first really full Friday night we've had for the last couple weeks.
It's been so scrambled by the hurricane fallout.
Two ranked teams here, number 23 Millbrook, number 7 Rolesville, and that's overall in the state of North Carolina. Rolesville 35-0 in a shutout win over another ranked team. You can look for Rolesville to go deep in the playoffs when the playoff season does roll around. Let's go ahead and throw this out there. It's been moved back 1 week. The playoffs will begin 1 week later than originally.
They're going to end up right there at
scheduled.
Christmas almost. What, 22nd, 21st?
It's something around there.
I think it's
Mike.
21st.
And they considered 2 weeks, and 2 weeks would have pushed it to December 27th.
Hey, let's
which
play.
would have been after
Christmas.
After
We
Christmas.
heard of playing after Turkey Day, but
you like to be playing after
you
Turkey Day.
like to be playing.
You hope you are. That's for sure. R.J. Reynolds beat Kernersville Glen 33-16. Starmount 55-6 last night over Carborough. That's not a short ride. Is that a conference game?
I wouldn't think so.
When I saw who they played, I thought, man, that's basically right around Chapel Hill. Isn't
One
it?
of them had to lose a game. That had to be like a fill-in game or maybe both teams for some reason.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll change the
the
subject
answer
a
to
moment.
that.
I've been hearing talk about since the playoffs are being delayed a week, the teams are. There might be some matchups just put together at the last minute. Is that
They're
possible?
allowing you to play an extra game. If.
Yeah.
You ready for the if?
Yeah.
If you have all 10 of your games completed.
Okay.
If you don't play but 9 because of the hurricane, you cannot play game number 11.
Okay.
You cannot play. You have to play whoever is on your schedule that you haven't played first. Number 2, it has to be approved by the NCHSAA to get that game in. And number 3, you do not enter it into Max Preps at all. It will have nothing to do with the standings and the rankings and the RPI at the end.
Why would you do it then?
Money. Why would you not do it?
Money.
I mean, in my head, why would you not do it?
Oh, well.
You got to play that extra game and split the gate with your
heal
opponent.
up, get ready for the playoffs, rest up. I don't know.
Some teams will, but some teams don't want to be off.
Okay, money.
You know,
then.
I mean,
what could we see? I don't know. I mean, we thought about it.
Well, wouldn't it be great if Lincoln played Cherryville?
Well, here's what one I was
be
thinking would
great?
be good.
West Lincoln played Bessemer City.
North Lincoln and Maiden.
North Lincoln and
Or
Maiden.
North Lincoln and Bandies.
Yeah, and you don't even have to travel far.
Yeah.
You know, it's just right up the road.
Now, North Lincoln Maiden, I could go for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just a lot. I will say this, in Butch's words,
now, if a team,
you're not going to see that.
No.
If a team's 0-10,
they're not going to want to play extra games.
right? Like West Caldwell, I don't see playing
No.
an 11th game.
Right. Yep.
Well, now, if Lincoln
But
would
it's
give,
free. I mean, it's work, but it's free money. I mean,
Now-
you can make some money on that final week, and especially if you bring in somebody that's close by.
Well, now, if Lincoln would give Cherryville half the gate, maybe we would play them.
Yeah, I think it would be. I mean, it's an extra game for everybody. You know, the home team would get all the concession money, but the gate money, you know, probably split it, and then everybody comes away
With
you know,
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's one: Hickory and Reedsville.
Never happened, but I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, you know. But you know what the good thing is about it? The thing I just said a minute ago, it don't go into Max Preps. You just play the game, so, you know.
It doesn't hurt you to lose.
Yeah, Hickory, play Weddington. Give them a call. Play Weddington. Give them a call and get But that wouldn't be. You need somebody closer. You need you need really, you need to be able to draw a crowd. Because that's what it's all about. The more fans you can bring in, the more dollars and help your.
But you're not going to schedule somebody you could see in the playoffs.
No.
Like Hickory and Crest aren't going to play each other.
They won't
in that
play a
last
3A
game.
team. No, they won't play a 3A team. And they shouldn't. Rightly so. They should not.
I mean, the team Crest ought to play. Just play Shelby again. It'd be a huge gate.
Oh yeah. With no max prep rankings, no effect. Okay.
Now, Butch says going right near South Columbus in about 2 hours. So on his way down to the coast. And then he says, sorry, not sorry. Now help me with that.
South Columbus.
Sorry, not sorry.
He must be talking about the idea of Maiden playing North Lincoln.
Well, this came before that, I think.
Oh.
Sorry, not sorry. Maybe I'll get something there. Hate to be the Debbie Downer. Cherryville ain't playing Lincoln, in my opinion. That's
Who says that?
Well, you can guess who always.
Oh yeah.
Looks at the negative. Richard Howe.
Yeah.
Why would Cherryville not play Lincoln? They're getting ready to be in the same conference.
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know if they are or not. No, I think they're scheduling each other. I think they have already worked an agreement to play each other in non-conference for the next 2 years. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and deliver what you said last night about Lincoln and schedule.
The reason to play them, though, Richard, is it's 10 minutes apart.
Yeah.
You can be over there in about 10 minutes.
7, 8 miles.
And cha-ching.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just looking to help maybe make some more money that you did.
Everyone needs the money. Why don't you go ahead and talk about Lincoln's projected schedule for next year?
Why you wouldn't play them? No,
you're not going to do that? Okay.
No, projected means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. But it would be food for thought.
But the number one thing, Mike, is they don't know who their non-conference schedule will be until they see the conference.
See the conference.
Yeah, the conference is still up
But
in the
can
air.
we say this? There may be some changes. Is that going out?
I could see 3 new non-conference opponents.
That's what I meant.
You could see three new non-conference opponents.
Which means they wouldn't play their traditional rivals that they always play.
No, but they'll play some of their traditional rivals that go way back. How about that?
Yeah.
Way back
to the 60s.
Yep, and beyond. Cherryville helmets last night were pretty interesting.
Oh, I saw that on Football Friday night.
2 cherries on each side of the helmet. That comes from Hooks.
Mm-hmm.
He must have saw those last night.
Well, I'll tell you what. We were on Football Friday night.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah, if you watch the extended version on their app, we were on.
Let's see.
See, all the Charlotte teams played last night, right?
Thursday night.
And they were just looking for games. They had everybody.
They had real good Maiden and Bandy's highlights.
Maiden and Bandy's highlights. Kings Mountain.
Steve Oniswords was at Bandy's.
The legendary Steve Oniswords. They had Kings Mountain, South Point. Yeah, a lot of games.
Yeah, we're going to get to those here in just a little bit as well. Ned says puncher's chance with a question mark. Does UNC have a puncher's chance at Georgia Tech?
Not even that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. I mean, Georgia Tech's as likely to lay an egg as anybody in a game.
Yeah.
Butch says high school kids metaphor for an apology. Come on, man. High school kids.
That's what that sorry, not sorry is, but you still don't know what he was saying it about.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, now, Ned's got a daughter who's like at UNC, so he's still in on the younger lingo.
Scott says the only reason I wouldn't play someone in the extra week is if my team is banged up going to the playoffs and need to get healthy. That's the only reason he wouldn't play.
But don't you kind of need to decide that now?
Yeah. I mean,
so teams aren't – or you might get to that last week and not be able to find anybody to play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've not heard of anyone yet scheduling an extra game, don't know why. I mean, but, the funny part about it is I mean, if you go into the playoffs, you want a week off to heal up. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. But you don't normally get it. But the other thing is,
not normally.
There are a lot of coaches and ADs not so excited when we drop from 11 back to 10. Yet now you don't want to schedule it. So, but it's different though when you're scheduling it right now.
Well, if anybody's got
it is in advance,
minor injury, just don't play them. Don't play them in that game.
Yeah, be kind of treated like a bowl game.
But I will say this though, on that side of it is, if you did not expecting anybody to get hurt and somebody broke a bone before the playoffs,
that would be terrible.
You would be absolutely sick. You'd be absolutely sick.
Well, maybe you could play mostly underclassmen.
And maybe that's what Richard's talking about.
But that could happen. That can happen in practice.
It could. Yeah. It could. But you know how much more it would stand out though if it happened in a game that was added.
Well, didn't North Lincoln's Ryan Bassani, he cut his foot. That's not related to football, right?
No, it wasn't related to football. There was no nail sticking up on the football field.
Is that what his injury was?
I think it was. I think it was something like that.
What if you just use it as a game to play your underclassmen to give them another game for next year? Take a look at what's it look like for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Please announce that ahead of time so I can decide which game I don't want to go to.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about North Lincoln's football field being covered with nail stick, or whichever team's football field being covered with nails.
That sounds like something East Lincoln would do to North Lincoln. Put nails on their sideline.
Well, here's a close game: East Lincoln versus South Lake Christian in the 11th game. Just kidding, but
that wasn't even funny, Mike.
I know.
Interesting. Ned says, Scott says, interesting what y'all saying about Lincoln's non-conference schedule about playing people from the 60s. Remember, we were in the Western Association then and played no one from Catawba County.
Yeah,
because they were in two different associations. That's going way back.
Oh, yeah.
Butch says, thanks, Brett. Me and you are in tune with youngsters, and I'm bored as hell. I don't. You're riding to the coast.
Anticipation of a great weekend.
How many people in the vehicle with you, Coach Parker? I want to know. You should not be bored. Let's see. We got Ned saying, only reason I'm in Chapel Hill
No, I think
today.
he's calling you bored or boring.
Oh, I probably am. Only reason I'm in Chapel Hill today, this is Ned saying, watch her with the marching band, his daughter with the marching band, the Marching Tar Heels, he says. There are 2 West Lincoln Rebels in the Tar Heel band this season.
Tell Ned that thought about him last night. We were packing up our stuff, and the West Lincoln marching band was having they had their show post.
They did because of homecoming.
Because of homecoming.
And the homecoming queen was?
Jada Willis.
Good job. He remembers. Homecoming queen at Lincoln. Anybody know? I think both.
It was a
Lynch.
Steve Case, a Lynch.
Lynch brothers' sister.
Lynch
so
brothers.
Let's just make it a big night for the Lynch.
I don't know the first name, and I actually left before the ceremony.
Yeah, I should know it.
Steve K told me last night, but I can't think of her first name.
Okay. Well, good for
I'm
them.
pretty sure she's the sister of.
Yep. Does she play football?
No.
Can she run? I'm going to say yes.
I bet she can run.
Yeah. If anything, I bet she can.
Get her out for basketball.
Yep. I think she. I don't remember her name either, but I'm pretty sure she's very good in track. I'll put it that way.
Now, East Lincoln had theirs last week. I guess North Lincoln is yet to do homecoming.
Butch says 4. He says there's 4 in the car with him. He says, but I'm dominating with my comments on the show.
I got to get it. I got to get Butch's score.
He is dominating.
Tell Butch to give me a score on OU Texas. It won't hurt my feeling.
OU Texas, you want to score from Butch
in
that Oklahoma-Texas game. Get one from Ned here. Jada Willis is a very good hitter on the Lady Rebels softball team.
All right.
There you go.
Good.
So from athletes to
At first, I thought she
athletics
might
to
be
homecoming
somehow
queen.
related to Rodney Willis.
Well, I'm not going to rule that out either.
I mean, in some way or another.
I'm not going to rule that out. See, especially since she won something last night, she's definitely going to be kin to Rodney.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There you go.
Hooks, North Lincoln homecoming is next Friday.
Okay.
It is also senior night, and the Knights will host
Fred T.
one of the Iredales, maybe. Is it
Iredales.
West Iredale? I don't know.
Played North.
I don't know. Yep, I think they already played North, but I don't think they played West. But then again, I might be wrong completely about that. Jason says, good morning. Can you announce for me the following? I can. Here it comes.
Hey.
If you are looking for lunch today, now this is Jason Barber. If you're looking for lunch today, come to the Gastonia Alphas French fish fry, not French fries, the fish fry. Gastonia Alphas fish fry, that's hard to say, and hot dog sale. Now, have you ever ate fish and then had a hot dog?
I haven't.
I'm in. I'm all for it. It's a fundraiser. It's going on from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. today at the Irwin Center in Gastonia. The Irwin Center in Gastonia. Always ready to get that out and promote,
You know,
especially
that fish
for our
is gonna be
loyal
good.
listeners. Absolutely. Now, here's your score. First of all, Mike, I'm going to give you the option to pick what the spread will be in that Texas win
All right.
that Butch has predicted.
I'm going to say 10.
Higher.
14.
14.
Yeah, that's
Now-
basically the line.
Now you can guess the
I'll
score
say
if you'd like.
35-21.
Lower.
27-13.
Higher. 31-17.
31-17.
I don't want you to sit over and have to do math.
That sounds about right.
Fred T. Ford is who rolls into North Lincoln next week for the homecoming.
Okay.
Fred T.
Fred
Ford
T.
Is who rolls in for homecoming. Hickory beat North Iredale 44-6. West Forsyth over Reagan 27-0. Those might be repeats.
Can I say one thing,
lost my
David?
place. Absolutely.
I was watching highlights last night, and they had some clips of the Hickory game. Did not see
Lackey.
I noticed that
in
too.
the lineup. And I don't know what that means.
Means he's injured.
Yep.
Hopefully not season ending.
I know.
For Hickory's sake. I mean,
mean,
and for his sake. You want to see a player
Oh,
like
yeah.
that get back and be able to play.
No, they didn't skip a beat against, was it St. Stephen's? Whoever North Iredale last night. But, yeah, they still need him, absolutely.
You don't see Davie County get manhandled like this very often. 52-7 last night. Mount Tabor, number 12 team in the state of North Carolina. Mount Tabor, 52-7 at Davie County. Newbern and Northside Jacksonville, 56-12. Newbern on top in that one. Northern Nash over Nash Central, 49-9. Let's see. I just have to give this score because of where the game takes place. Pasquotank County over Manio, 12-6. 12-6. Well, I know where Manio is.
Yeah, we do.
But I'm assuming that,
Murphy to Manio.
Yeah, Pasquotank is right on the mainland. But now, Hooks, you know I can't take a phone call. Right? he cut it off real quick. I know he hit it by accident. He said Hickory running back suffered a high ankle sprain in the North Lincoln game.
That's a tough one.
And you don't need to say sorry, Hooks. I know you hit it by accident. So high ankle sprain. There is no use in Hickory rushing him back.
No.
Absolutely
They're not
no
going to
use
need him.
until they play Statesville.
Until they play Statesville.
Yeah, I think if he's ready for the Statesville game, then,
Yeah.
and he may be ready next week, and, you can ease him in, So
Yeah, they have no worries until
I don't
that
think
game.
they do. Tarboro 62, Perkleman's 22 last night in the eastern half of the state of North Carolina. Greensboro at Dudley, we've been talking about them, how them and Hickory was a really good matchup last year. We could see that again. They beat Northeast Guilford last night, 47-0. Dudley ranked number 18 overall in the state of North Carolina. I'm guessing they're 18th because they probably have a loss.
Yeah.
But don't know that for sure. Brett might be checking. Central Cabarrus over East Rowan, 37-20.
Wouldn't think so.
Wouldn't think they have one. They may not. Cleveland High over Willow Spring, 42-12. Cleveland High is one of the newer high schools. I think it's about 15 years old, maybe.
David, go back up a
North
second.
Carolina.
I don't know whether it's on your screen, but Lake Norman Charter 22, North Stanley 10. Lake Norman Charter 6-0 now. I just happened to notice that last night.
They're how much in O?
I think 6-0.
6-0.
Yeah.
Lake Norman Charter.
Dudley 7-0.
Dudley 7-0.
Only allowed 13 points so far.
13.
Oh, wow.
And they're scoring about 50 a game.
Make sure I somehow see the Hickory Dudley game again.
Yeah, hopefully not in the rain.
We sat out in the rain, but I would. But I would.
It was worth it.
If it's raining, I still would. I think because that could really be. It could be your state championship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a long way to go, but it could be your state championship. Butch says that he's starting to fade. I don't know what that means when it's internet. How does it
fade?
But he said, but Raheem Misher had. Now wait a minute. How many best performances are there? He says he had one of the best 50 performances. I don't know how in the world. I don't believe that's what he meant to say. In a Maiden Bandy's game, both sides of the ball. One of
top 50
the
performances of all time. I don't know.
How could it stand out if it's top 50 though?
I know.
Jason, thank you. Princess Lynch.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
I don't know why I couldn't remember that.
Love that name, Princess.
The Lincoln homecoming queen last night, Princess Lynch. Congratulations to her. And a couple Lynches had pretty good nights on the football field themselves.
Yeah.
A couple of the male Lynches,
Mm-hmm.
that is. And why did my computer just go haywire here on my scoreboard? Scrolling on down, East Duplin 54-0 over North Lenoir. East Forsyth 62-6 over Parkland. East Surrey 49-0 over Forbush. Wow, we're just halfway through this scoreboard. AC Reynolds and Irwin, no score. Mount Airy rolls 48-7 over South Stokes. North Surrey 42-0 over Surrey Central. 42-7, I should say. Mooresville, a winner over South Iredale, 28-9. Sounded like one of the more defensive battles last night. Burlington Williams 49, Western Alamance 21. No score on McDowell and Inca. Havelock and Jacksonville. Havelock, a winner, 21-14. Good ball game last night down near the coast of eastern North Carolina. Northern Durham falls to Durham Hillside, 60-13. Durham Hillside the winner in that contest. East Wilkes beats Elkin, 15-10. There is still defense played in football at some levels. West Wilkes beats Wilkes Central, 21-14. Allegheny 41, North Stokes nothing. On Friday night, Northwest Cabarrus over Carson, 42-7. Lake Norman over, well, I shouldn't say that. There's no score reported. Lake Norman and Hickory Ridge, there is no score on there. West Cabarrus slips past A.L. Brown, 16-14. Oak Grove, 17-0 in a shutout over North Davidson. Number 21, Northwest Guilford, gets upset last night by Northern Guilford. Hope you can remember what we said after saying that score. Northern Guilford 17, Northwest Guilford 10. East Burke and Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill remains undefeated in conference play, the last of the unbeaten in the CVAC. They win last night over East Burke by a score of 34-12. Hunter Huss over Forest View, 44-14. Haysville over Swain County, 12-7. Whiteville 58-0 over East Columbus. Lexington 35-16 over West Davidson. Walkertown 22-15 over North Forsyth. Burns over Thomas Jefferson 61-0. The game Mike and I saw, Mike, West Lincoln 14, Newton Conover 7, a defensive struggle all night. There was actually more offense than you would think in a 14-7 game, but just not a lot of balls getting into the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of offense from Jalen Winnick, the
he had a big
West
night.
Lincoln senior running back. I had him with over 200 yards. I think it was 12, 13 carries, 209. Had a big touchdown run. So he was mainly their offense. They're really hurting at the other running back spot because everybody's injured. And that particular aspect of their offense is not working well. So they went mainly with Jalen, and he produced well and had a big game. But I'm like you, the game ball for me goes to the West Lincoln defense. They did a really good job on Newton Conover's speedster, Michael Sifford. He had maybe one big play, 30-some yards, but he didn't burn them. They they pursued him and held him in check, did a good job. So that's my game ball to the West Lincoln defense.
We picked this game last night. I had no idea who to pick. East Rutherford and Hendersonville.
Yeah, me either.
And Mike and I were both on the short end here. East Rutherford rolls over Hendersonville 49-21 in that game.
I mean, Hendersonville had like a 4-1 record. I mean, I was just looking at records. I couldn't find much on Hendersonville.
Let's see. Hook sends me a message. Got a picture of that score between Lake Norman and Hickory Ridge now. 43-14, Lake Norman won that contest. Let's see. North Lincoln, a winner last night. Speaking of Hooks, kept me updated on that game all night long up at St. Stephen's. 48-14, North Lincoln continues to cruise right now, playing really good football. And just picking up wins every week. 71st, 28-7 over Jack Britt. 71st was your 3A representative last year that lost to Hickory in the state title game. I think they're back at it again. They're ranked number 9th overall in the state of North Carolina. Mike will like this one. Cape Fear all over Douglas Byrd last night, 51-0
Max Cady.
In that game. Another good game in Caldwell last night. High Brighton 21-20 over South Caldwell. I just wonder if that one came right. Obviously, it had to come right down to the wire, you would think.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if High Brighton, or if South Caldwell rather, had a ball with a chance to go ahead or not in the late waning seconds of the game.
Ouch! I see another I missed.
Grimsley defeated Ragsdale 49-7. It was Kramer and Ashbrook, no score reported. Reedsville and West Stokes. This spread is a little bit misleading. Reedsville won the game by 16, but at one time it was like 35-34, wasn't it, Brett? Reedsville defeats West Stokes 57-41 last night. West Stokes now with head coach Trent Loman, who was left East Surrey. The Bandy's graduate left East Surrey to go to West Stokes last night. I mean, earlier this year. Let's see. Did I not give that? Did I give the North Lincoln score wrong? Roger said it's at 42-14, so it's been entered wrong here. I said 48 on Max Preps. It's was entered wrong, I guess. 42-14, says Roger, and so does Hooks. 42-14, typo last night. I meant to type 42, but for some reason I put in 48. So Hooks made that mistake. It was Hooks that made that mistake, putting that score in on Max Preps. 4 points, give or take, right? Give or take. A solid win either way for North Lincoln. Alexander Central defeated Freedom. That's the one you must have been talking about, Mike, because I'm in the same boat you are. I also missed that game last night. And here's another one I missed. How does South Point just continue to do it? I just thought that after the emotional win at Crest last week and Kings Mountain been able to score points, that they would go down last night. But no, they win road games back-to-back over Crest.
Oh, no, that's impressive.
And Kings Mountain, 28-21. So all of a sudden now I'm thinking, how far can this team go in the playoffs?
Well, it looks like they're going to have the top seed.
From the conference.
Comes from the conference.
Yes, they should be a 1, and they should be very high because they've yet to lose, have they?
Nope.
Or did they lose to Christian or somebody?
No.
They won. They won all their games, right?
They are undefeated. There was one game that got rained out and they didn't make up. I think that was Charlotte Christian. They didn't play.
Right. That's exactly right. They did.
Or that was the night that we had the lightning everywhere, and they never got to play. So they are. What is it? They're just 5-0.
They just always amaze me that they, because they hadn't just been dominant over teams they should beat, but here they are beating teams that you think they're not going to beat, and they just always prove you wrong. They just always find a way to prove you wrong.
And I guess they've got Ashbrook next. Should be their last real test, unless they make up a game somewhere.
Surely it's in Belmont.
I would hope.
No, it's at Ashbrook.
Is that 3 straight?
No, the
games?
Crest game was.
The Crest game was at South Point. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was on the road too. That's my fault.
Speaking of Ashbrook, don't have a score on Ashbrook Stuart Kramer.
Butch is giving me a hard time over here. He says, "Do you know how many times Maiden has played bandies overall?" I'm guessing he's saying since 1954. So that's why he's kind of the top 50 performance. Let's give him his due, though. Maybe it was the top 10 performance last night.
Well, in the highlights they showed on Football Friday night, he was in most of them.
Is that right?
Some offensive and some defensive.
Right. And it took it all. That was a really good, entertaining game, 37-29, with Maiden getting the win. When Maiden scored and went up a point and then scored again to make that lead 8, it was the first time during the game that a team had scored back-to-back. It just rotated scores the entire night. But Maiden picked the right time to get the back-to-back scores as they hold off Bandy's 37-29. Bessemer City over East Gaston, 14-13. I know East Lincoln beat Fred T. Ford, but the score is not reported here.
Wasn't it 35-0?
I think it was 35-0 at one point, but I do not know if that was the final score or not. Hooks, is he sending me something here on that East Lincoln? No, it just says he's giving me that Ryan Bassani, the star linebacker. It makes me want to go to Lineburgers and eat a steak. The star linebacker at North Lincoln has made his commitment to play at Davidson.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that is really, if you get a chance to go to Davidson and get a free education or even a,
and play a little intercollegiate athletics too.
Yeah, you can't hardly go wrong. Scott says you're talking about some of these games and how people keep winning and surprising scores. Well, some of these schools have quality coaches and they are out coaching other people. So,
Score Stream says East Lincoln 41-10 over West Iredale. No, that was
last week.
Yeah, that was last week. So it doesn't have their game from last night on
I was
here.
thinking that West Iredale sounded like.
Yeah, there was somewhere I saw 35-0, just like y'all did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a final when I saw it.
No,
I don't remember seeing a final either. We are running over here. Got to get these last few scores in so we can take our final timeout. Eastern Randolph 57-13 over Trinity. Lincoln 63-3 over West Caldwell. Got to give Lincoln a tip of the cap. Lost their first 4. Now they've won 3 in a row.
They're right there in the race.
In 10 days.
In 10 days. 3 wins in 10 days. I hadn't even thought about that. Salisbury all over East Davidson 73-7. And Mike, Cherville beat Highland, but I do not have a.
I'll tell it loud and clear, 34-0.
34-0.
We're now 11-0 against the Rams.
Hook says it was 35-0. East Lincoln last night was the final, 35-0 in that game. Their win over Fred T. Ford. Did we give the answer to Brett's lyrics on there? I was thinking like we did. But
ramble on.
Ramble on, that's right. I'm going to give my lyrics right quick, and then we're going to take our final time out. The final lyrics of the day. We hear you're leaving. That's okay. Back in a moment.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flipped through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. See the page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Lake Electric Company was founded in 1984. They are licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Safety and quality is first in everything they do. For all your electrical needs, serving Lincoln County, Catawba County, Burke County, Mecklenburg County, and all the surrounding counties. When it has to be done right, call Lake Electric. Let them take care of your family. Lake Electric Company, 4362 Providence Mill Road, Maiden. Call 704-483-4000. Online at lakeelectric.com.
Stop by Lowe's Home Improvement in Lincolnton for their great deals on items you use around the house. Need to update around the kitchen? Then shop a great selection of appliances and some up to 30% off retail prices. Buy Craftsman's 20-volt max battery and get your choice of matching Craftsman cordless tool free. Update your workshop area with a wide selection of shop tools, only $99 each. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Shop Lowe's in Lincolnton for the things you want to buy today.
Century Drug in Boger City is the first pharmacy in the area to offer peace of mind for you, your caregivers, and for your family with a convenient poly pouch, strip pouch system, just like the one you've seen on TV. No more sorting through and keeping up with your multiple bottles of medication. No more filling daily reminder boxes. No more calling in meds and worrying about refills. You'll receive all your medications once a month in a box that dispenses a convenient, easy-to-open strip pouch that is perfectly labeled for breakfast, lunch, bedtime, etc. Century will be the link between you and your doctor to assure you that your medication profile is up to date and refillable. In other words, Century Drug will do all the work. You just take your medications and be healthy and happy. Call or come by for a visit today. 704-735-2551. Century Drug, East Main Street in Lincolnton.
Welcome back. Final segment of our show this morning. I don't know if the in-house boys here got my lyrics yet, but we do have one Butch Parker that
it sounds so familiar,
had no problem.
But I just can't quite connect it.
What does Butch say? I'm calling it tonight. That's the end of his message. Trying to figure that one out. The thing I've got, let's see, do you know, I still love his thing. Do you know how many times Maiden and Bandies have played since 1954? A lot. I'll put it that way. A lot. I'm going to give you those lyrics one more time. We hear you're leaving. That's okay. Is that not enough? Do you need more?
Yeah, give me more.
We hear you're leaving. That's okay. I thought our little wild time had just begun. I'd ought to give it away, boys. Think hard about who put those lyrics, who came up with those lyrics. I'd give you a pretty good hint right there. Who's a surprise team so far in high school football? Is there one? Is there one that stands out? Anything? I don't. You know,
really.
I'm saying Western North Carolina. It don't have to be somebody immediate here. I don't know. I really can't think.
I can't think.
How about Ashbrook?
Okay.
5-1.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one because it has.
Now they hadn't played South Point or Kings Mountain yet.
Yeah. They did lose to Crest.
They lost to Crest.
Okay.
That's their only loss.
Yeah. 5-1, pretty good season going. I would say that will qualify.
They were 4-7 last year.
I may have gave the wrong score because Scott Klonger said Lincoln's score was 63-6. I might have said 63-0 by accident. I really don't know at this point what I actually said, but 63-6 is the actual score in that game last night. I don't know. Is there anybody on? I hate to say that, is there anybody you thought was coming in the season was going to do better maybe than they have so far up into this point? I don't know.
Well, I'll give you another little bit of a surprise. Bunker Hill.
On a positive
I
side.
thought Bunker Hill was going to drop off a little bit.
That's a good point.
Yep, they do.
I knew they had the Willis brothers back, but I thought they graduated a ton of
Are they brothers?
talent. I don't know.
Jalen and Jason.
I just assumed they were. Both Jay. Both start with a J. Willis and
Jalen and Jason. Right?
I'm not saying they haven't fallen off, but they're still a good football team.
Yeah. Hooks has a good surprise. We forget Holland Tech's won 3 games.
That's right.
I
Great schedule.
mean, they had one of the longer losing streaks, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. It was a 34, 35 games.
And they won 3. Yeah. So, that's got to stand out a little bit. I don't know.
well, East Rutherford's another one.
Yeah, I like that one.
Their record isn't great, but they're a lot better than they were.
But they've been in most of their games.
Yeah.
They have been in most of their games.
And they destroyed Newton Conover, big win last night.
And you're talking about a team that didn't have a program 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
So
they're 3-3 right now.
Who was it they lost a shootout to? Was it Tuscola,
T.C. Robertson?
North Link?
That was really the shootout. 56-55.
Yeah.
T.C. Roberson beat them 40-32.
So I'd say East Rutherford.
Yeah, and you check T.C. Roberson's record right now and the schedule that they played. That's not a bad loss. An 8-point loss to T.C.
I'd say
Roberson.
Ashbrook and East Rutherford, 2 pleasant surprises.
Yeah, East Rutherford. Hooks says East Rutherford has a very good team. They're. It looks like they're more advanced right now on the offensive side than they are defense. Their defense could use a little help, but their offense is keeping them in about every game that they play.
And we're interested in them because projections indicate that they might be in the same conference as Lincoln and West and the new age coming realignment.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I can't really think of one on the downside, and it's probably best we don't mention them anyway because we don't want to, hammer on somebody that's not quite got the record that they might have.
No,
at least up into this point. But I'm going to get out of that scoreboard there. What I want to see now is a couple nights ago. Well, let's mention this. Robert Sala gone from the Jets.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Why did that take so long?
That is a good question.
How big a factor or influence did you think Aaron Rodgers had on that decision, or just
very little?
Coincidental.
Very little. I mean, I think their relationship was fine.
Yeah, publicly he said that. Yeah.
Woody is an impatient guy.
Yeah.
Sala will go be a coordinator again. He will be good at it,
Good
and he'll
dude.
get another chance as a head coach. He's young enough; he'll get another chance down the road. Look at Dan Quinn right now.
Oh, no.
He wasn't a great,
Wasn't a great
head coach the first time around.
No.
He's doing pretty good right now.
He did get to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that all?
He's the one that blew the 28-3 lead, wasn't he?
Was he the head coach at that
I
time?
think so.
Yeah,
You
was.
had to bring that up.
You was.
You had to bring that up.
I don't think the Jets.
Well, he's my coach. I hope he gets back.
Yeah.
I don't think the Jets are very good. Even though they're, they're not only one game down in the division, but
Name me a player on offense for the Jets not named Aaron Rodgers.
I can't name anybody.
So there you go.
Well, I thought Breece Hall was going to be one of the best running backs in the league.
Supposed to be.
And
You're right.
He hadn't even made it to 200 yards yet in 5 games. He's got 197.
I'm anxious to see what they do this first week coming up. Who do they play?
They play Buffalo.
This is
play
big.
Buffalo?
Yeah. it's Monday night.
And
Big game.
I'm guessing it's in New York.
It's in New York.
I was going to guess it was in Buffalo, but and Buffalo is reeling a little bit themselves. Is that right?
Yeah.
Have they lost 2 straight?
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple.
Well,
nights,
I think Buffalo they finally started playing some good teams, and they're losing.
Yeah.
That don't mean that they
There again.
they might still win that division, but
If the old adage is you can't win with just one player, I mean Buffalo,
Yeah.
there's not many offensive players on Buffalo you can name either that aren't named Allen. What's it? Josh Allen.
Yep. That's
So
right.
it catches up with you, not having I know they're divas, but you got to have a stud wide receiver if you're going to make it in this league. If you're going to win in this league, you better have one, at least one right.
Speaking of that,
one diva receiver.
Well, how about Devontae Adams? The whole Raiders trade bait. How's that going?
Where's he going?
Well,
where's
I
he
don't
going?
know.
I mean, options are Buffalo.
Well, the Jets have been rumored listed.
San Francisco's been rumored. I don't know.
He's 31 years
not know.
old.
Yeah.
I think he still can be productive.
It's not in New York. It's in New Jersey.
Oh.
Rodney trying to be a smart. I don't even know what he's talking about there. Somebody else have to
Talking
tell me.
about where the
Well, they're the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Okay, get over it. That I have not seen the logo on the side of the helmet that said NJ
right.
on either of the New York teams. They're called the Carolina Panthers, but they don't, slide over into
like
South
the
Carolina.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. They
Yeah,
should be the
yeah.
New York Jets of New Jersey.
Let's do this real quick. I wanted to give you my lyrics real quick one more time because you guys still didn't get them.
Yeah.
We hear you're leaving, that's okay. I thought our little wild time had just begun. I guess you kind of scared yourself. You turn and run. But this will give it away. But if you have a change of heart,
Oh, yeah, I got it now.
you guys, especially Mike, ceases to amaze me every
I still
single
don't get
week.
it. Oh boy! If you have a change of
Rodney
heart.
Willis got it correct. Let's see. Hooks, I think he got it correct. Butch was first. Butch was the first
Man.
one to get it correct.
Why do I have a blank
Who's
slate?
one of my favorite groups, Mike Powell? One of my favorite groups.
Your favorite?
One of them, yeah. Yeah. Right up there at the top for me.
Boston?
Further to the top. for me.
Stones?
Same category for me. Okay. Ricky, don't lose that number. Steely Dan.
Steely Dan.
Yeah.
Okay, that was going to be my next.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Yep. Steely Dan.
Thank you, Ned. Thank you, Ned. Nikki says Steely Dan as well. So several people getting the the Steely Dan. You ever been out with Sticky Dan? You don't want to go. I can promise you right now. 49ers over the Seahawks on Thursday night, 36-24. Your game's tomorrow. All eyes will be on the Jaguars and the Bears.
Sure.
That's a joke. I'm just kidding there. But, hey, the Bears are quietly 3-2.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
everybody in that division has a winning record.
With Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm. Playing well. The Cardinals visit the Green Bay Packers. The 2-3 Cardinals, the 3-2 Packers. The Colts, 2-3, go to the Titans, who are 1-3. The Houston Texans, the 4-1 Texans, play at New England. New England coming into the game will be 1-4. Thank you, Lenny, with the Steely Dan. And Ned says 2 weeks back, Steely Dan was trivia to the Don Henley lead singer question. 2 weeks back, Steely Dan was trivia due to the Don Henley lead singer question. Well, that's how good my memory is. I don't even remember that myself. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers visit the Saints. The Bucks 3-2. The Saints started 2-0, but they are now 2-3.
Now they're just a bad team.
And without Derek Carr, right?
Yeah.
I think is it Rattler?
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler going to get a start.
OU guy.
Spencer Rattler starting. Bucks lost last week. I'll take the Bucks by 20. Browns taking on the Eagles in Philadelphia. The 1-4 Browns, the 2-2 Eagles. Brett's Commanders 4-1. Jason's Commanders, the 4-1, visit the Ravens. This will be their toughest challenge since that Week 1 loss.
We shall see.
Playing the Ravens, who are hot right now. But that's must-see TV. That's a 1:00 game tomorrow as well.
What do you think separates the current Washington QB from, I think, a guy that plays a lot like him, RG3? I mean,
he hadn't been hurt yet.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think he seems a little more cautious when he runs.
Yep. That's right. He's sliding.
He hadn't put himself in harm's way.
And he's a better
too
runner
much.
than RG3. He's a better runner.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's fast.
RG3 was just fast.
Right.
He wasn't a smart runner.
And
he was also kind of careless with the ball.
Yeah, this one is a better runner.
I'll say one thing. I've seen a couple deep balls he's thrown. It's pretty accurate.
Chargers at the Broncos. Steelers at the Raiders. The Lions visit Cowboys. That's a very good matchup tomorrow, 4:25 on Fox. Dallas, say what you want about Dallas, but they're 3-2. You know, I mean.
Well, they gutted out the game at Pittsburgh.
They did.
It was a physical game.
Yep.
And
I slept through the end of that. The Falcons and the Panthers. The Falcons got a chance to make it to 4-2. The Bengals, who are 1-4. Wow.
Their season's over if they, don't you think?
I think they can't. They need to go on a winning streak. They need to get to 500 before they lose again. They play the Giants tomorrow in New York, who just knocked off Seattle last week.
Isn't Joe Burrow leading the league in yards, touchdowns, passer rating?
Everything. They got no defense. No defense. Monday night, the Bills and the Jets. You get to see the Jets under new head interim coach. I don't even know.
I don't know either.
He's the defensive coordinator, but I don't know who that is.
That may not be good since they went with defensive coordinator. For Brett, Mike, I'm David. Thanks for tuning in to Sports Talk this morning. Appreciate all our listeners. See you next week.